Welcome, everyone, to the 2003 APBA Marathon Offshore Grand Prix, coming to you from beautiful Marathon, Florida. Hi, everyone. This is Vince Lipari on behalf of Jeff Girardi and the rest of the Freeze Frame Video production crew. This is the second national race of the APBA, and it honors the United States Armed Forces, and it's presented by the Fort Lauderdale Harley-Davidson. Of course, in the last national race, we had great racing in Daytona. Now, the APBA is proud to return to Marathon, Florida, the jewel of the Middle Keys, for the second national race, which is televised as part of the GMC Pro Grade Championship Series. Now, last year, the APBA revolutionized the motorsport after 99 years with the advent of stadium-style racing. The introduction of the 5-mile short course with multiple turns enables spectators to view 100% of the action up close and produces the most thrilling and spectacular offshore racing. Now, this is a 4-race event this weekend, with the first 2 races today on Saturday. And in race number 1, it consists of Factory 1, the Outlaw Performance 5, and Outlaw Performance 4, and 1 design. In race 2 today, we'll have the Performance PX class, Outlaw Performance 1, 2, and 3. Now, on Sunday, in race number 3, it will consist of Factory 2, Super V, and Super V Light. And in the finale, the final race on Sunday, it will be the Super Cat and the Super Cat Light. We have over 80 competitors for this event here this weekend. In race number 1, we have 26 boats. In race number 2, 17. So over 40 boats for today's racing. And the competitors in race number 1 include, in the Outlaw Performance 5 class, Joker Powerboats, Vixen, Simply Awesome and High Priority. In 1 design, it's Arrow International H2O Performance, Blonde Ambition, Mid-American Team Bermuda, Premier Performance, and American Express. In Outlaw Performance 4, Sonic Racing, Sherwin-Williams, Offshore Gasm, Wild Card, Christie's Photographics, Merlin Marine, Just Pray Racing, Grumpy Old Men, Team Deranged, and Cool Running. And in Factory 1, it's Typhoon, H2O Motorsports, Mutual Fun, Offshore Addiction, WorldPlayerCasino.com, Screamin' Eagle, Winnebago Red Devil Drink, and Velocity VR1. Those are your competitors in race number 1. In race 2 today, we've got Outlaw Performance PX class, How Sweet It Is, Callan Marine. In Outlaw Performance 1, How Sweet It Is, American Dream, and Dirty Duck. In Outlaw Performance 2, Obsession, Daytona Performance Marine, Kinetic Animation Fury, and Advanced Transmission Center. And finally, in Outlaw Performance 3, What's Up, Wild Ride, Team TKO, Outlaw, and Vortec Extreme, and those are your competitors for races 1 and 2 today. Now, the sponsors for this event include Snap-on Talking Tools, Formula Racing, Daytona Harley-Davidson, Sterling Performance, Freeze Frame Video Productions, and many, many more. Now, special thanks goes out to the APBA officials responsible for this great event here in Marathon, Florida. Mr. Lee Mills for orchestrating this fine event. Also, Michael Allweiss, Ted Zoli, Jim Pomplin and the Stars Rescue Team, Dee Kimes, Chief Scorer, Paula Brew, and many, many more. Now, Freeze Frame Video Productions is providing 12 onboard cameras for you in races 1 and 2. First off, we've got a camera on board Obsession. What's Up? 2 cameras on board Callan, front and rear. Dirty Duck, Kinetic Animation, Big Oaks, Addictive Water Sports, Joker, Simply Awesome, Winnebago, and Cavallaro Motorsports. 12 onboard cameras for you in race number 1 and 2, and tomorrow we'll have 14 onboard cameras for you for a total of 26. Great season in store for the APBA after Marathon, Florida. We're going to go to Savannah, Georgia on July 3rd. On August 8th, it's Milwaukee, Wisconsin. On September 5th, to be announced the location of that race. And, of course, the North American Championships in Freeport, Grand Bahama on September 26th. The National Championships will be in Tampa, Florida on October 17th. And, of course, the World Championships, the APBA UIM World Championships on November 17th in Key West, Florida. Great season in store for the APBA. Of course, Freeze Frame Video Productions is certainly proud to be a part of it. All right, now there is the dry pit area at the Marathon Airport. We're going to mosey around and look at some of these big, beautiful machines. But very shortly, we will be airborne to bring you this 2003 GMC Pro Grade Champion Series Marathon Offshore Grand Prix. All right, as you can see, the Pre-Frame Video Productions helicopter is airborne, and you can see many of the flags on the boats in tribute to the U.S. Armed Forces. Now, the new starting procedure involves no milling area. What happens is here that the pace boat does one parade lap, and at the end of that, after turn 7, basically there's a green flag given to the boats. They are each assigned a certain grid. They basically start on the fly. For instance, Typhoon, which finished last in the last race, is assigned a grid on the inside. The closest grid to the inside will be around the first turn, Typhoon. And there is Typhoon. There is the pace boat, and of course Offshore only on that GMC pace boat, in part helping to sponsor this DVD of this race here, the second national race of the APBA. Offshore only, waiting for the green. And we've got the Outlaw Performance 5, 4, and Factory 1 and 1 Design here in race number 1 of 4 races here in Marathon, Florida. There's a 7-mile bridge in the distance. Once again, the 7-mile bridge, the one on the right side, is the one that's been condemned, is no longer being used. Of course, a new bridge is on the left. Partly cloudy skies here in Marathon today for race number 1, but the water seems fairly calm, making for fast racing. We're looking forward to this. We're going to go with the Factory 1 start with Typhoon, Velocity VR1, H2O Motorsports, Mutual Fun, Offshore Addiction, WorldPlayerCasino.com, Screamin' Eagle, and Winnebago. Factory 1 start coming up. Around the turn. As we said, they're going to do 1 lap, and after that, they'll get the green. And we've got a green flag now in this 2003 Marathon Offshore Grand Prix coming to you from Marathon, Florida. And there's Typhoon on the inside, followed by Offshore Addiction, World Players Casino, Screamin' Eagle, Winnebago, and VR1 here in the early moments of race number 1. There on the outside, we got Winnebago, also VR1, Velocity, Screamin' Eagle, and World Players Casino. On the far outside, they are your leaders. Factory 1 start here in Marathon, Florida. Second race, second national race of the APBA. Winnebago, VR1, Screamin' Eagle, World Player Casino. There's Typhoon on the inside now, coming into the shot. Typhoon, it's a kryptonite. Glenn Murray's the driver. Randy Schluss is the throttle man. Powered by one 500 horsepower Mercury inboard. World champion 2002. On the outside, there is Winnebago's an activator. Gino Marone and Mark Kowalski on board. Third place in Daytona. Everyone off to a great start in Factory 1 class. We get a little closer shot on board Typhoon Racing with Glenn Murray and Randy Schluss. F129. Winnebago on the outside. Sponsors for Winnebago include Winnebago Industries, Red Devil Energy Drink, SB Ballard Construction Company, The Finish Line, and Nike. Some of the sponsors from the Winnebago racing team.
Once we get there, you got to give them the 50 yards. Don't worry, we got a lot of room. Got it.
Velocity VR1 on the left side.
Deck to deck with him. Polsky's on your other side. Got it. Come on, push him out a little bit. Tighter, tighter. Stay in it, stay in it, stay in it, stay in it. Stay in it, carry the speed, buddy. Wide open. Wide open. Wide open, he's deck to deck. Deck to deck now. Let's rub, baby, let's rub him. Woo! Wide open, wide open, wide open. You got to give them room on this one here. All right, they're coming up on us. All right, they're going to cut us down. They're going to chop us down. I'm going to go off to the left, and I'm going to sweep it. All right, give me a little bit. All right, easy. All right, go wide open, wide open, wide open, buddy. We're getting the rust up. We'll get them here. Got it. Coming on there outside. Good job. Oh, we're going to run wide open coming up.
Gino Marone and Mark Kowalski on board Winnebago.
Wide open.
Vector helicopter shot. Winnebago on the far outside. Typhoon on the inside. There's Velocity VR1 on the far outside. Glenn Murray and Randy Schluss on board Typhoon Racing. In first place, going around the turn. Winnebago and VR1. Other sponsors for Winnebago include Saratoga Spring Water, Blaster Chemical Company, Disabled American Veterans, Hooters, Desert Inn Resort, and Champion Canopies. Winnebago currently in first place in the national point standings, APBA. Right now we're going to go with WorldPlayerCasino.com with Brian Wickersham, the driver, Eddie Simmons, and the throttle man. They're from Virginia. 30-foot superboat powered by Vortec. Took a sixth place in Daytona. Eddie Simmons, the owner of this boat. WorldPlayerCasino.com. Crew members include Missy Simmons, Dennis Tracy, Rod Compton, and Will Wickersham. Eddie would like to give special thanks to Internet Gambling Casinos WorldPlayerCasino.com and VegasInternationalPlayers.com for their sponsorship of the 2003 racing season. World Player Casino is an international online casino and sports book, fully licensed. World Player Casino takes you to a place where riches flow like water and combines this atmosphere with the modern-day excitement of many casino games as well as a comprehensive sports book. Local sponsors include Coco Plum Resort and Racket Club and the Ocean Breeze RV Park of Marathon. WorldPlayerCasino.com, top of the pack here in Marathon, Florida.